What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we are not alone on the channel, guys. We have Big Papa Drock. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? It has been a freaking long time since we made a collab.
I know, brother. I'm doing well, dude. I'm so happy that we're getting a chance to chat, man. It has been too long for sure. So stoked to be on your channel, Skratch, and talk a little raid.
Absolutely, absolutely. So in today's video, guys, we're going to talk about all of the hidden secrets in the endgame. What is the most important thing to prioritize in terms of getting the best value for your time? Okay, we're going to talk about what we're farming, the routine, basically everything that allows us to get tons and tons and tons of resources on our accounts. Okay, and I'm not talking about opening the wallet and swiping the credit card and purchase the shards like that. I'm talking about all of the content, like what is the thing that we prioritize the most every single day, or what are the things rather than what is the thing, because I was going to say something else. But how is it going, bro?
It's going well, dude. It's going well, man. Hanging in there. Life is crazy. Working a lot, but still enjoying things. And yeah, I'm excited to hear some of your end game secrets and see kind of what pops out for you. It's the credit card's pretty strong though, Skratch. You got to admit the credit card end game secret's pretty incredible.
I mean, that is the most powerful weapon I think that we might have available at our disposal in terms of that. But I think we can do a lot of stuff without it, right? So let's start with the most obvious thing, and that is the clan boss, the things that everybody loves and everybody hates at the same time. Because I'm not sure about you, but I'm seeing a lot of people saying, Skratch, can you talk with Plarium? They nerfed the rewards. I haven't got a sacred shard in 3 weeks. I haven't got a legendary book in this much time and stuff, you know? So personally, I think it's ups and downs. Like, I have weeks when I'm getting absolutely jack shit. I have weeks when I'm getting tons of good stuff as well. You know, how is your experience with this? Do you think they nerfed this, or is just the RNG being RNG sometimes? You know.
All right. This is a hot take, but I kind of think they actually might have. I know that this is something that comes up. I know it comes up in the community like every 6 months when people have a bad run of RNG, right?
Yeah.
But I tell you what, man, like I have been getting fewer sacreds, voids, everything for I'd say the last 6+ months, to where the sample size is getting so large that I actually am now genuinely starting to question whether or not they did nerf the rewards. I mean, if they did, they would 1,000,000% never tell us about it. Like, you can guarantee that they would not say anything. I know that they constantly say they haven't changed it, and I want to believe them, but I'm also like, I'm going on 6 months now, and I am shocked at how few sacreds that I've gotten over the last 6 months. So it's tough to say, but the conspiracy theorist in me is like, maybe they actually did. Like, maybe they did it and they just didn't tell anyone.
I mean, we cannot see that anymore. So before, I know the data mining guys, they used to be able to pull out all of the rates. Now it's hidden on their server for everything. So it's literally no way on actually seeing that just by collecting a very huge sample size in order to kind of like calculate the rates out of it. But
that's the thing. That's the thing that makes me nervous, Skratch. You know what I mean? You can't see it anymore. You can't verify that it is what it is, you know?
Yeah. I definitely feel like maybe it's just my bad luck and stuff, but I don't think I've got a lot of sacred shards for the last few months either, actually, thinking about it, you know, because I usually tend to be able to save pretty much 15-20 in between fusions, you know? And I'm not talking like in the 1 week till they announce the other fusion. I'm talking like I do the summon rush now, and then I'm skipping the next summon rush, and I'm waiting for the fusion one, right? But I tend to be able to save at around that mark, you know? But recently I've been kind of like in between 5-10 of them from event to event, you know, which, yeah, it might be a bit dodgy, right? But what are you prioritizing in the Demon Lord? Are you being extremely efficient with your keys? Are you doing Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, Brutal Heart every single day to try and get those extra Void Shards, Ancient Shards, the 5-10 gems that you can get from here to maximize your rewards and stuff? Or you are like, I don't give a damn about this, I'm doing Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare?
I'm somewhere in the middle. Like, I definitely obviously you have the ability once you're end game to do hard, brutal nightmare and ultra nightmare every day, but it
Mm.
really does require you managing your time and those keys, appropriately, or waking up at certain times to knock out keys that work. I'm just a brutal nightmare, ultra nightmare guy. I'll hit
Uh-huh.
those three. I'll wake up. I'll do brutal when I wake up, and then I'll leave nightmare and ultra nightmare for when things reset, so I can knock those out. Knock out the quest that comes with that of doing 2 demon lord keys, and I'll call it a day. Like, do I miss out on some void shards and some ancient shards that way, and maybe some gems? Sure, but at the same time, like for me, I'm not so obsessed over missing those amount of resources. You're not going to get an insane amount of stuff from hard, like maybe a handful of voids throughout the year, and certainly some ancients. But realistically, these shards have less value than they did previously because of primal shards.
Yeah, correct.
You know what I mean? Which are just significantly more valuable. Like I could argue that voids still have a lot of value, but ancients, not really.
No,
So
ancients
for me, the ancients are kind of pointless.
done. Yeah, I'm done.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's a brutal nightmare, ultra nightmare for me. But what about you?
Yeah, so actually, I'm pretty much in the same boat as you. I used to do hard all the freaking time as well, but I feel like there's so much stuff to do in the game now in terms of like content, because we have Hydra, you have Chimera, you have Cursor, you have Doom Tower, you have Faction Wars, you have all of this stuff, that take a lot of time, and I just do not think about, oh my god, he's gonna reset my key, I'm gonna go and do hard difficulty quick, so I'm just doing the 3 difficulties as well daily, and calling it pretty much a day on it. But before, in the past, I used to go pretty hard on that to try and maximize literally everything.
Love it.
Hydra wise, how you're doing your Hydra? I know a lot of people love manualing Hydra. A lot of people do not love manualing Hydra.
Man, I hate this content so much, Skratch. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I hate this content because I don't want to spend an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours manualing this every single week, and I won't do it. And it's literally what led to me leaving clans or getting kicked out of clans previously, because I just don't give a shit, bro. I think this is the most unfun thing that is in all of Raid right now. Realistically, if you're in a top clan and you're trying to win the chest every single week, you have to manual at least one of your teams, if not 2 or 3. And I just don't care. I just don't care, dude. And the beautiful thing is, I'm back in Sacred Pandas. We don't give a shit about Hydra anymore either. And I love that. It's you want to talk about improving my enjoyment of Raid? Nothing has improved it more than not having to manual this every single week. So I just auto everything. I auto, what is it, Nightmare. I auto the hard, the Ultra Nightmare, whatever. I leave it on auto. I don't care about it. And I'll tell you right now, I have never been happier. Well, that's not true, but I have never been happier over the last year than being able to do that. So I think Hydra Clash sucks, and I really wish they'd never put it in the game. And it's a shame that it's here, but for me, it's not worth the time.
Yeah, I definitely I'm not a big fan of it either. I do manual keys when we have to. Like, it's usually every 3rd week or so. This week we actually said no. We've been pretty occupied with the siege and stuff, so we're not gonna bother with Hydra. But the rewards in the Clash are really not worth it. So my problem is, yes, you can get the quartz to get 1 primal shard a week from it. I want the books, bro. Like, my biggest nemesis on my account right now are the mythical books. I just do not get any. Like, I've been literally 4+ months of Hydra Clash with no books. Okay, mythical books, and this is literally the only content from where you can actually drop them, which is just crazy,
The rates are horrible and the rewards are bad, and I think that's probably the thing. Like, you have to weigh. Like, look, if you're an ultra sweat end game god tier player who wants every single resource, or a free to play player who's trying to maximize every single inch of what you can get, I get manualing this content. I get it. More power to you if you're a sweat lord like that. I'm not. I haven't been in PvE content ever because I just don't care. But when you really look at the rewards, they really aren't that good. And you're absolutely right. Like, yeah, this is the only place you can really get mythical books, and they don't seem to drop very often anyway. And on top of that, and this is the other thing too, like, you're relying on your entire clan to do well in this in order to win these modes. And also Plarium's RNG of who you get matched up to. You can't control that stuff. So it's an incredibly freeing thing to just be like, I don't care.
Yeah, I
Feels
think
great.
this put a lot of pressure on clans overall and members and people fighting
Yes.
over it and basically ruining friendships. Okay, we could
Yeah.
call this freaking Hydra clash the destroyer of friendships. Let me know in the comments down
100%.
below if you guys agree with that. But yeah, I'm doing my keys as well. Honestly, the Hydra clash rewards are not extremely appealing. As much as
No.
I can, I'm trying. I mean, we're winning first place. Usually, sometimes we clash with IPR. They tend to go really ham on it. Sometimes we go as well. We win. Sometimes we lose. But I feel like the rewards in between the first place and second place are honestly not that much of a different cup of tea, because you're pretty much getting the same stuff. The books, they barely drop anyway. And the quartz, yeah, they can be helpful to save some primal shards and stuff. But yeah, the destroyer of friendship, Hydra.
So true.
Chimera. What are the things that are you prioritizing in here? Are you going for trials or you're just going for damage and not stressing too much about it? Are you trying to get as many mythical materials and legendary materials and stuff, or not really?
I was going to say, I feel like this has really shifted recently in that people are prioritizing more and more and more to get mythical materials, right? Like, again, this suffers from the same kind of issue that Hydra Clash does, is that the rewards for this are really not great.
The worst ever.
Yeah, like they need to redo both of these things and give significantly better rewards, or alternatively, like the way I would do it is just remove these damn modes entirely. But that's a whole different conversation, whole different video. But like the rewards for winning this are bad as well. You're better off, in my opinion, just going for the mythical mats, because that's what's going to impact your account, I think, more than anything else. Like, yes, it's nice to win Hydra Clash. I think the other big thing too that a lot of people do is double hitting Ultra Nightmare, I should say. Yeah, so double hitting Ultra Nightmare, not hitting Nightmare at all, which is good for getting more mythical mats. So you get more mythical materials out of doing that. The downside is you don't get the stupid star stones, which you need in order to be able to move gear around or upgrade, I should say, relics and things of that nature. So it's kind of a trade-off. For me, I just run, as of right now, I run Ultra Nightmare, I run Nightmare. I'm not super concerned. At some point, I'll sit down and really build a team that goes for mythical mats more than anything else. But I'm just kind of again, this is another scenario where you have to manual this fight in order to really get the kind of rewards that you're looking to get. Like, yes, you can do an auto team, but you're going to miss out on a lot of trials there. Trials are important for the mythical materials. That is the most important thing, in my opinion, you can get out of this. So I'll manual the fight every week. I'll manual both. I'll try to max my mythical materials, but I will still do Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare, so I at least have some Star Stones left. At some point, I'll probably switch over to only Ultra Nightmare, but not yet. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing both of them as well, and for the exact same reason. I do kind of like a hybrid auto manual type of situation. I start the run, and I only manual when I need to metamorph, to buff, to debuff, to get the trials done, so I can still get a high amount of trials done. But I'm prioritizing basically trials over high damage, and we've been doing that in the clan since the beginning, because honestly, the rewards from the Hydra Clash are way worse than what you're getting from the Destroyer of Friendships, So
we have the same team, by the way. I'm running the exact same team as you, and I do the same thing. I'll auto, what is it? The Lion form. I'll auto the ultimate stuff. I will manual the beginning of Viper just to make sure I don't get killed, and then I'll also manual Ram because I feel like you kind of have to, and then I'll just let it run auto once I've done all the trials. Oh, look at all, man! Were you saving up for a video here, Skratch? Look at all these materials, brother.
I was waiting to get 100 for the Faction Wars, but Faction Wars it didn't drop me mythical materials for ages, bro. So you know what? Let's burn the legendary and the mythical ones. I feel like you're gonna bring me a bit of luck. So basically,
don't put that on me, Skratch. I don't know if my RNG is good right now.
Most endgame players prioritize this over the damage. Like, getting the rewards from a Chimera Clash, guys, are pointless. I mean, it's really not much to it. And because of it, the best value for your account is getting relics. Now, they will be used as food, some of them, right? Because you will have to use them like the chickens and stuff. But you need to get a lot of relics up and running. It's not like you're just gonna get 5 relics that you're moving around, because the economy in the game is not designed in a way for you to be able to do that. Okay, you're going to run out of your freaking materials faster than you can say hello, because you move to relics and your hard-earned freaking stardust is gone. And just watch me get the crown right now, bro.
I would jump for joy.
Standard one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like a crown, this one too.
Yeah, it's good. The aspect is not bad. It's
Okay.
definitely, it's definitely solid. Oh man, we're going. Oh no, we're going the big one.
We're going the big ones.
Please,
Okay. Please be a mythical one. Come on. RNG
Come on.
Jesus.
Come on.
No. Okay, we'll get this one. It's actually decent-ish, but nothing too crazy.
The pain is real.
The pain
But
is real.
these are so much more valuable. You know what I mean? The materials from this are more valuable. And to your point, like, the relic economy is really rough. Like, they definitely need to go back and rework the economy for relics, as well as like the way that you sort relics and the way that you equip relics. This is an area of the game that needs a lot of love and attention, hopefully sooner rather than later, for sure.
Especially the gemstones. That's the most annoying thing to take off, equip. Is just they need a lot of QOL work in that department. But that's what we're doing for Chimera, guys. Now let's quickly talk a bit about faction wars, bro, because that changed quite a lot, and there are teams that do the job on auto on stage 21 for some factions. For some, they don't. For some, it's a bit harder. You have to retry it. Do you prioritize doing stage 21 even if you have to manual it every single day, or you're gonna lower it to a different stage to try and get whatever materials you can from there?
So this is the question, man. Do we know that stage 21 gives you more materials? Is this verified? Like, do we know at this point? Because I know previously there was no difference. So that's my first question for you. Like, do we actually have verified knowledge that we're getting better stuff?
So from what I've noticed in terms of crafting materials, from lower stages, I can't remember 20 or 19 exactly, but from some of the lower ones, you're getting like 3 mythical, and I think on 21 was 5 mythicals when they drop, right?
There you go.
They are definitely dropping a bit more. But my problem is this, bro. Like, I'm doing them all on 21, okay?
Yeah.
All on 21 because I'm trying to get better glyphs as well. But the thing that makes me super salty is the fact that I end up with a common freaking glyphs, and most of them 5 stars. And sometimes I need to stay here and do like freaking long fights. The good thing is that, you have the multi-battle thing, right? You do 3x and super raid or whatever it's called in the game, right? And that gets the job done once. But I feel like overall, the rewards in terms of getting better glyphs, they're not there. Like comparing it with a normal mode, you know?
They're definitely, I mean, like, it's nice to be able to get, I guess, 6-star glyphs or 5-star minimum. But you can tell, again, we don't know the rates for this stuff. You can tell that the rates to get legendary or even epic glyphs or whatever are just super low. I think I've gotten 1 legendary glyph
from
out
farming
of the last month or whatever of farming. I got a legendary speed, actually, funny enough. So I was super happy about that, and it actually ended up rolling a plus 12.
Oh, nice! That's
on a quintuple speed HP percentage chest piece in pinpoint. So it was like, it's my god tier piece, Skratch. It's the best thing I have in my account.
You have to flex it. You have to flex it.
I have to. I'll have to. Maybe I'll send you a pic to include in the video if you want, of this incredible speed piece. But you know,
you like that?
I really don't. Oh yeah, there we go. So that's what I'm talking about right there. That's that Lazarius build I like. That was sexy little piece there. But it's, you know, what I don't like about Faction Wars 2 again is that you do have to manual some of this content, or it's very hard to auto some of it. Some of it can be autoed, some of it can be manualed. I find myself, basically what I've done is I'll manual. If I know a certain faction is going to take a lot of time to manual, then I'll just do stage 20. You know what I mean? Instead of stage 21. Or if there's a lot of RNG related where it's like, dude, my time is worth more than me trying to redo this thing 3 different times. You know what I mean? So I will tend to try to do auto whenever I can on stage 21. But if I know that it's going to be a nightmare, then I will manual stage 20 for example. And although sometimes stage 20 is worse than stage 21
I
for
was
certain factions.
I was waiting for you to finish so I can say that. Literally,
like literally
stage 20 is more like on Sylvan Watch. You see, I'm missing
Sylvan Watchers.
I'm missing
Jesus
one
Christ.
star. I am missing one star. Okay,
Stage 20, right?
Stage 20, and it's not
Yes.
because I haven't tried it a million times. It's because
I know.
I end up with having one enemy left, and somehow he does something stupid. The RNG is just so against me that it's my keys. It's my keys and leaves me with the 2 stars, and I cannot retry it because I have no more keys. You know,
bro, it's the worst. That is stage 20 Sylvan Watchers is the worst piece of content I have ever personally encountered in raid, bar none. I did it. I managed to do it the first time it opened, but Skratch, it took me 4 to 5 hours, and I only beat it once with 3 stars. I'm talking like the RNG is so god awful on that stage that you just have to get, even for like ultra whale endgame accounts. I was having a conversation with Panda about it, funny enough, and he was like, this stage is just trash. And I'm like, yeah, it's awful, dude. The RNG is horrible on that stage. So yes, Sylvan Watchers is a faction I will always do the boss, manual or not. I will never touch stage 20. That stage sucks, bro. Oh,
I definitely feel you. And I guess it's not really a point to talk about quests and all that stuff, because I feel like every single one of us, more or less, are doing the daily quests to try and get the energy and everything else, because that's pretty damn important. Same with the monthly, like pushing them as much as possible. What you prioritize in the clan shop, for example? Like, do you get a silver? Do you get the energy? Do you get the chaos ores when they come and all that stuff, right?
I always go energy, of course. I'll always go energy. If I see speed or crit rate charms, I'll always grab those because I'm low on both of those personally.
Yeah, actually,
because I want the crit rate charms. Yeah, snag those because I want them for lethal. Like, you know what I mean? I want them for lethal.
I'm usually out of them because of lethal, yeah.
Yep, because of lethal. And then speed, you know, obviously you can use a lot of different stuff. I used to buy in the shop, Killstroke.
Yeah, me too.
But like, it's so power crept in some ways now. Although I think you could make an argument. I was gonna say you can make an argument to put it on some champions if you have the relic that negates like crit rate. I can't remember what it's called, but the one you don't need crit rate for. But you also would probably rather have Zeal for that anyway.
Yeah, Zeal is better.
So Zeal is just frankly better. So I used to buy that. I don't buy that anymore. I mean, glyph wise, I'm definitely not buying the glyphs anymore. Used to buy the 5-star glyphs every once in a while. Don't do it now. It's not really
they're so expensive,
useful.
dude. Yeah, like I never buy them. I never buy them. Yeah. In my opinion, they're a really bad deal. The glyphs and
they are. They're
core hammers and all this stuff. You know.
Yeah, the silver I would buy if I'm low on silver. So I will absolutely buy the silver sometimes because it's not super expensive.
Yeah, I don't think it's all the time that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, I want to have some stuff in there. So, but I'm also sitting on like 90,000 of the gold coin currency or whatever the hell it's called. So I've got plenty of it. I'm just anticipating that at some point I'll actually be able to spend it on basalt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe at some point I'll get a chance. But who knows when.
The update should be live like now. So probably the next reset in the clan shop should have some of the
some basalt. Hopefully. Where's it at now? It's like stage 5 or something, or what is it? Slot 15, 16 has 1 star. Slot 16 has 3 star.
But we do not have that available.
Yeah, but we don't have that, right? Yeah, because that's like impossible to get. So
yeah. It's gonna be the same.
Did they fix this yet? Did they already fix this? And this is how they changed it?
Oh, actually, yeah. Because we used to have like more stages in here, no?
I can't remember, to be honest. I think possibly, but it's still like your clan has to be a super high level, which takes
You can get rare materials and epic materials that nobody gives a damn about. You know, like they're really not that helpful from here. What about Tag Team Arena? Because I know a lot of people will basically go ham in Tag Team Arena. So live arena and stuff, we're going to get to it in a second. But Tag Team Arena, they have the bazaar. And we could argue it and say that, yes, they do offer some of the best rewards out of all of these shops because you can buy Sacred Shard, Legendary Skill Tomes, tons of different goodies from here. Are you grinding it enough to put your hand on the Legendary Skill Tome too, or you're kind of like at a point where Legendary Skill Tomes are just not really a priority for your progression in terms of building characters and stuff?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because the amount of time you have to put into this in order to grind for it, again, mad respect to anybody that's willing to do it. I know a lot of people will subjugate themselves to this stuff. I will not be one of those people. My time, in my opinion, is worth more. I make sure that I stay in, 4, which for me is not hard to do. So I do that every week. I'll do my battles every day, so I get my extra Faction Wars keys, of course.
Yep.
But I am not the kind of person who's going to sit here and do 3 hours of Tag Arena every day in order to make sure that I max out like my materials so I can buy one skill tome. What is it, once a month or whatever the hell the rate is, or once a
month? Yeah, once a month.
Yeah, like look, at some point you have to look in the mirror and say, is my life worth investing this much time in this one specific thing? And if the answer is yes, more power to you. But for me, the answer is hell no. I don't want to waste my time on this stuff. There are other things that are more valuable.
I'm actually glad that you said this thing, because this is something that I was gonna mention at the end, as this is the secret of endgame, guys. I know some of you guys will have a lot of time to play it, right? But I've got to a point as well now, and I feel like a lot of endgame players got to the same point. I'm not sure if it's just the fact that the game changed drastically over the last few years and stuff, but I do not value most of these things anymore as I used to in terms of grinding everything, perfecting everything. Hell, look at my seasonal live arena. 123 points, bro. I know you can get mythical materials from here. I would love to get them. But that would mean that I have to play live arena 1 hour every single day. And you know what? I would rather do something else with my time. Spend it with the family. Go out, touch some freaking grass. Anything that is just better for your well-being. And that is the secret of endgame. That's the secret that I wanted to kind of like share with you guys today, because I know a lot of people are extremely focused on grinding everything to perfection, and I used to do that as well. But the main reason why I've made this video is just to show you and explain you why my mentality shifted. And I think the best person to have on the channel to talk about it is Drock as well, because I really think that he is kind of like in the same situation. And it's not that I do not enjoy the game, I don't like the game and stuff like that, because I'm still playing it every single goddamn day, but it's just that I have different priorities in terms of how I am investing my time. And if you're still doing it and you want to do it, like, big props to you. Nobody has any issues with that whatsoever. But I think you get to a point where in the end game, only a few things are actually really worth the time. And it might seem like all of them do, but they just do not, And that's kind of like the thing that I wanted to touch down at the end, but we've done it now. Are you doing Curse City both normal and hard mode?
Yeah, I'll do both. And by the way, I couldn't agree with you more about what you just said. I think that's the thing that really shifted for me too. Was I just kind of realized, like, where is my time best spent? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are things that I still enjoy about Raid. I think there are things that if they're ever in the game would bring me back more in that grind mode. And we were talking a little bit about this off camera, but like, for example, if they ever did friendly battles, for live arena and for like regular classic arena, that would reignite my passion and my interest. You know what I mean? Like, in a way, like how I used to burn super bright about doing live arena all the time. But until those things come in the game, it's like, I'm enjoying chilling. I'm enjoying just having a relaxed kind of experience. Still can do all the content. I think that's big, obviously, for where my account is at, and that's fine. I don't need to sweat over missing out on a Lego book, and I'm happier for that than I would be otherwise. But for Curse City, yeah, I will attempt to do. I'll do all the normal stages. I'll do as many of the hard stages as I can do that don't require me to shift around 7,000 pieces of gear, or that don't give me like great rewards for the value. So I'll always try to do the remnant stages if I can, with the exception of that stupid Taurus Marichka stage, because sometimes it's on rotations that just make it a real pain in the ass RNG wise, and I don't care enough to do it. But I'll try to do as much as I can on hard mode for sure. Just again with the guiding principle of my time is more valuable than 20 remnants. Like that's the way that I look at it. Like my time is more valuable.
Yeah, I definitely feel it. I do tend to do the Curse City hard mode. I always complete it, no matter what. I've maxed the Great Hall for the ignore defense on it. That makes a huge difference. So those stages that are super annoying are not as painful anymore. I do try to clear everything to get his freaking chest from here in the hope to get a mythical book. But the rewards from here are not that great either. And the more you kind of like play, guys, the more you understand that some of these rewards are just so underwhelming. They're just so not worth the time and the investment because the RNG is just so crazy. Like 3-4 years ago was great going to try and collect 100 ancient shards. Was feeling amazing, right? Like was one of the best things. Oh my god, I saved 100 ancient shards. I've grinded my ass. Yeah, I'm gonna get a good champion. But now you go and grind for ancient shards and you end up with a big fat leap unless you're lucky. And to be honest, not everybody's at kind of like in the same boat with people that have a lot of champions available. But even for you guys that do not have a lot of champions available, I bet it doesn't feel good when you just pull out random freaking I don't know, random like Alton. I know a lot of you guys hate Alton. It doesn't feel good, right? You pull Alton, what are you gonna do with him in today's game? 4 years ago, yeah, it was great, but it's still not as it used to be because so many things changed in the game that made me realize that it's kind of like pointless to do it as well. And the final thing before we're gonna call it off, Doom Tower. Are you doing secret rooms and are you farming bosses like perfectly every single rotation, or you are doing the Dark Fey rotation, full secret rooms and only farm bosses then?
Yep, you got it right, Skratch. Yeah, Dark Fey rotation is the only one I really care about. There's some value in some of the other ones, and I'll do it for the quests, but I'm not super, concerned about some of these sets for the most part. But Dark Fey is the one exception. When it's on a Dark Fey rotation, I will absolutely do every day Dark Fey. I'll also wait. I'm sure a lot of people know this, but I'll wait to do all the secret rooms on hard until I get to the boss of Dark Fey so that I can then do all the secret rooms, get the extra keys for that day, and just max my rewards for Dark Fey on the boss. So keep that in mind. I'm sure you already know that, but don't do your secret rooms as you go up the tower. When it's a Dark Fey rotation, do them at the very end so you can maximize those keys and put them all into the main Dark Fey boss at the top. But yeah, I do Dark Fey is the one exception. I will absolutely do Dark Fey.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, and I bet the majority of you guys are the same. Like on the other rotations, I do sometimes, depending on how much time I have, I might do all of the 15 keys. I never do the secret rooms. I never do the secret rooms for all of these rotations. They fixed that now, so basically the game remembers your teams and all that stuff. Before it was not doing it, so I had to basically always see what characters I've used here, who has gear, who doesn't. So I was like, hell no, it's just not worth it because you are getting materials, right? It's good to have like Affinity Breaker, and that's about it. Lethal, Affinity Breaker, the other sets, Frostbite, we could argue that is still good, especially for Curse City and Faction Wars. But other than that, nothing really gives value out of this. But I'm still climbing, of course, all the stages, doing the daily quests, the 5 keys, but not prioritizing secret rooms and farming it. Guys.
Go on. But one last thing I wanted to say. You're so right again about the RNG. That's what changed. There's more RNG in the game now than there was previously. And so there's less of a reason and sometimes to do some of this content. I think you're so right.
Yeah, I feel like it's just the RNG is just so much against you that it's just not worth it for me to grind my ass off as I used to in Tag Team Arena to get that Sacred Shard every time spot on. Like, I have the reset right now. I go in and I buy it because I have the currency. Like you see, in 20 hours it resets. I have 4,000 gold bars. I could not care less about it because I know I'm going to open it. And my luck recently for the last 6+ months with these shards is that I go 10, 12, 15, 20 without a legendary character. And when I get a legendary, most of the times, 99% of the times, is something that is completely useless, even for empowerment, in terms of giving me some form of a joy or something to feel like, okay, this improved my account, is gonna be good in arena. I end up with some random fusions that are vaulted because they're not really doing much, you know.
Dude, I feel you. If you've watched any of my freaking summon videos recently, it's just been getting owned over and over and over
Yeah,
again.
same for me, honestly. Yeah, I'm still uploading the videos because if I don't put those videos out, people are like, oh my god, you're always lucky, Skratch. You know, I'm not. You're just choosing to see that part and ignoring the other 20 videos where I showed you how unlucky I was, you know, because
so
that's how it is. But the whole idea of these guys is, of course, to share some tips with you as well, to kind of like walk you through our end game routine, but at the same time to kind of like make you reflect a little bit. It's just kind of like my take on it. Is what I felt that I wanted to do, basically, to kind of like talk with you guys. Let us know in the comments down below if you guys feel the same. Maybe it's just that time of a year, you know, where we feel like that. Who knows? But Rock, was a pleasure to have you on the channel. Make sure you guys head over to his channel. We'll be doing a collab there as well, and make sure you guys drop him a subscribe.
Thank you so much for having me on, Skratch. Always a pleasure, dude, and looking forward to our next video. But really glad to get to chat with you about this. I think such a pertinent topic, and I hope the viewers take away some of those lessons for sure. So thank you so much for having me on, bro.
Absolutely a pleasure as always. Much love, guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.